Okay, in this session we're going to cover the basic feature of extruding an object. So I'm going to leverage my simple ANSI inch template again, and we've already covered how to do a simple sketch, and so I'm going to come in here and just create a sketch here on this time on the top plane, and I'm going to come in and just do a simple rectangle. Again, I'm going to put some dimensions on it just so we have some points of reference. I'm going to do this as a 4-inch by 3-inch rectangle. Now when I complete the sketch, I have a sketch that I can extrude. And under features, if I was to click on feature extrude, this is on the command manager for features, it is going to go and it automatically rotates it to an isometric type view, and I can see my nice rectangle that I drew wants to be extruded. And right now there's some nice things that we can see. There's an arrow here in the middle. If I grab on it, well, if I can get it to highlight here, let me come off and get a hold of it, I can pull it up, and you notice it has a scale on there, and I can extend my object up. Once I extend it up, there's now going to be a downward arrow that shows up, and I can extend that downward about this plane that I drew the sketch. Now when I do that, I can look over here and I can see there's direction 1 and direction 2. If I had not done those two things, where I had the two sketches, I'm going to go back in here and hit feature extrude on here, and I hadn't pulled the arrows, this would be my normal default, is coming over here and being able to select what direction I have. I have a scroll box. Again, that increment is going to be able to be changed by my settings for the scroll box increment. I can come in here and change this as a blind direction. I can add another direction on here and add it on there as well. Okay, I'm going to turn that off now. I can come in here and say, how about the midplane? Now, there's other ones that are going to require some other geometries for us to see, and we'll learn about vertex, surface, and up to bodies as we do more complex modeling. But right now, we're just going to talk about blind and midplane. If I click on midplane, it automatically, it doesn't turn on direction 1 and 2, but it is going to split it equally about the same distance. So if I came in here, I can see that nice expansion about the plane that we generated that sketch on. Now, a lot of times we cast objects and we want to have what we call draft on the object. And so we have draft. We can turn this on and I can type in the degrees that I want, and that's going to really exaggerate how much draft I'm having on. But you can see it put draft about the plane that we had. If I just did a blind, it would put it all the way out to one side. So that's going to put a consistent draft angle on all these kind of surfaces around the object here. And that is going to be very nice. Now, if I come in and just have my nice extrusion coming up and I hit something called thin feature, this is going to let me make a thin walled structure, and I can change the direction that I have one way or the other on this. Also, I can change the direction of pull up here on the directions by hitting the little box up here as well. So that's going to show us how to come in and create a simple extrusion. If I finish it off here, I'm going to have a nice extrude feature on there, and now I have an extruded object that I wanted.